Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Art Town, Montana, where I blather about art and architecture and the salvation of the human soul by doing everything the hard way. Today's not going to be super hard, though. I'm just painting. I guess what makes it a little difficult is that I have no training in painting, so I'm making it up as I go, always. Another thing that makes it rather difficult is that I have a terrible memory, and as I always experiment, so I'll do, 10 things, and 9 of them are terrible, and one of them's pretty nice, and I will have forgotten how I did the good one, and so that really sets me back. It keeps me from mastering my craft very quickly. However, on the bright side, and this is where the salvation of the human soul maybe comes in, is I am never trapped in a preconceived notion. Always it's new. It's just like, your grandmother with the old timers in the old folks home who doesn't know who you are. That's how I approach art. I'm like that person. I'm cheating a bit. I'm doing 2 paintings in parallel here and hope one of them comes out. A little better odds that way. And also I'm cheating in that I'm talking to you in the middle. I've started these paintings. But so I'll show you where we are with these 2 paintings right now. And then we'll go back in time and catch up to this point and then cruise into the future and see how they come out. So here are the 2 paintings that I'm creating in parallel. They're perhaps a third of the way done. Over here we have sort of a grassy knoll that seems to be lit in the foreground, and here a rocky ridge maybe. I don't intend these to be realistic visions. I am going more for something surrealistic. I enjoy surrealism because it, in the way that a piece of realism gives you this place that you could go into, so does surrealism, but it gives you a place that you can't really go to otherwise. It gives you kind of a different world to go into. So I'm going to quit talking for now, and we're going to go back in time and start these paintings and follow them through to this point and then into the future, and we'll see what we get. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take these cheaters off. It's better if I can't see this part very well. It's just sky. If you start looking at it too much, you'll make it your own instead of what it's supposed to be. I've got this big makeup brush looking thing. It looks like a sky brush to me. Let's see how this goes. Okay, now we're gonna start mixing in some more red, some darker blues, less white. Let's get some red going here to make this intriguing. More of a purple. Okay, we're going to start pulling in this Prussian blue and red. It's going to get darker here as we go down. I like to mix. I love the way oils blend, but you can also do too much blending. You blend so long that everything gets the same shade, It's not what we're trying to do here. More red and more Prussian blue as we go down. It's going to be this kind of bruisey purple. Alrighty then. We're going to add a little color to these rocks. I have mixed up Mostly my cadmium yellow. Well, okay, mostly white. Some cadmium yellow. Just a dash of red. Just to give this some color. Oh yeah, look how colorful that is. Oh, that's great. That's the long rays of sun right there. The sun's going to be hitting it. And you know how rock is. It's different colors, stuff. So it's got a little texture and things. Now, you know, I think we'll hit this with a little blue, just to kind of give us a little dark bits here. They're a little over dark right now, but we'll take care of that. It won't last. And you know, rocks, they got cracks in them, things. Although I am getting a little bit hooked, aren't I, on the realism? You know, me, I'm saying, you know, I don't want it to be a place I could just go to in real life. So I got to be careful here. We don't want to just make another realistic painting. Although there's not a lot of danger in that it's going to be too realistic. I lack the skills probably. Well, sometimes I can do things that are sort of realistic. At least for a 5-year-old, you know, 5-year-olds gonna be like, whoa, that's pretty real. All right, so we've mixed up mostly white, dash of yellow, even smaller dash of blue and red. And we're gonna make the part that's in the sun of this thing that we're doing. Wow, my hand's right in the way. I'm just going to rough in a shape. Looking tree-ish, right? But not purely a tree. It's going to be a shield. It's going to be a shield of a tree, I think. This is our tree-ish thing. You know, it has a shield instead of leaves. And the branches hook back together, which, you know, regular trees don't, but maybe they should do that. Somebody needs to talk to God. Tell me, could have done this more interestingly. Kidding. Everybody relax. Okay, it's getting worse right now, but hang in there. Hang in with me. It will eventually get better, maybe. If it doesn't, wouldn't be the first time. It's kind of like watching kindergarten class, isn't it? You could be a kindergarten art teacher right now, except there's a little less screaming. It's pretty close, but it's fun, isn't it? Isn't it fun? The whole point is, really, you should try. Because why not? Experiment, you know? And, you know, you could look up an art video from someone who knows what they're doing and you could learn stuff, and that'd be cool, I guess. But maybe if you just have at it a little bit first and see what happens. I'm not saying that's always the best way, you know. It is true that a learning technique could be pretty useful, I guess. Okay, I'm going to stop for the day. I think I've done as much damage as I can stand. But it's kind of a fun start, isn't it? I like it, where it's going. It may continue to improve, or it may just get worse. I don't know. So, okay, we're going to call this a day. And we'll continue on this tomorrow. We can go check in on the other painting. I don't love the way this tree is right in the middle of my painting. I kind of like things look a little offset, but you know, whatever. Maybe maybe some laws of aesthetics are more like guidelines. I don't actually know what the laws of aesthetics are. I just know when I break them. Okay, so now you know what? I'm trying blue. Because the little lighty purple wasn't working for me. I think I need something way more dramatic. You know, this is like reality TV, right? We gotta make up some drama. I should make up something. Some horrible person at the office is trying to destroy me. That bitch, I'm so angry. You know, something like that. So here we are, still working away with the darker blue in here. It's not what I want yet. Well, Bob Ross, seeing how I've almost entered into landscape world, it's Bob Ross would be rolling over in his grave, wouldn't he? Bob would be like, oh, usually I'm this calm guy, but you're just killing me. But this painting is resisting me. This painting doesn't like me. I need to become friends with this painting so that we can have something good come out. Okay, I think we're gonna quit screwing with this today. That's how that's coming along. It's not going exactly the way I want, but it's going the way it wants, apparently. Each piece is its own thing, and it is a bit independent of its creator, apparently, especially if I'm the creator. It'd be interesting if I was God, wouldn't it? I'd just be like, yeah, okay. Suit yourself. It doesn't seem like you're doing it right, you know. It seems like you should do something that makes more sense to me, but, you know, I'm only God. What do I know? I do hope you're paying attention to this and thinking about how if you were a painter, you'd do better, because you probably would. That's, like I said, a big piece of my my mission statement is to show people how to not do things sometimes. Sure, you could, like I said, look up a video put on by somebody who knows what they're doing. That seems sensible. But you know, maybe not. Maybe sensible isn't always the answer. Stop Making Sense. Remember the Talking Heads song? I remember my mom, it was back in the 80s, and I played her Stop Making Sense. She's like, we already tried that in the 60s. I'm like, I don't think it's quite the same thing there, Mom, but yeah, however, my mom was very, though, encouraging. I don't mean to be dissing on my mom. God rest her soul. She was super supportive. If I was doing this, you know, if I was a 5-year-old doing this, she'd just be buying me paint, or a 10-year-old, whatever. And so I suppose I've maintained some of that silliness of my childhood. And thanks to Mom. Well, today I battled to an artistic standstill. I don't think I actually made progress today. If any oil painters, like actual oil painters who do this for a living, are watching, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to watch this. It's kind of like when I watch people with chainsaws. You know, I use a chainsaw a lot, not only for carving, you know, for shaping logs, for firewood, just everything. So I'm pretty good with a chainsaw. I watch people doing things the hard way, and it's pretty hard to watch. And you're probably doing the same thing right now. You're like, oh my God, Brett, no. You're doing it you're making things so hard. And I am. So appreciate you watching. Not, I guess I haven't heard the comments yet, but if you have any constructive criticism, it's okay. Other than, Brett, you're an idiot doesn't count as constructive criticism in my head. I added some texture, kind of a barky looking thing, and you know what? I hate it. It was better smooth. And so we're going to get rid of it. So we're going to get some interesting colors going on. It's going to start turning everything green. So how about that? I took all of my advances for the day and kind of wiped them out. There's something I like about that green. All right, that's ugly, huh? A little bit interesting. It's not a total disaster, but it's not what I was going for. So I like this effect. I'm not mixing. I am just fading this very bright. So it's 90% titanium white and 10% cadmium yellow and 2 molecules of cadmium red. And so the bluish underneath has dried, and I'm just fading this in. This is the end of this day's effort. I like this. I made it brighter. Kind of what I had in mind. This I'm intrigued by. It's not quite what I was going for, but it wants to be green, and maybe I like it. We'll mess with it and see if we can make it better or worse tomorrow. I've been chasing this one around for a while. So I've quit showing every step because it's just frustrating to watch. Now what I'm doing, I'm dabbing. I'm going to try it to give it a barky look maybe. I'm not sure I like the smooth. I didn't like my texture before. But what if I, dab with the brush like that, different colors, and but generally getting redder to the outsides, lighter to this middle. I think it's getting better. It's not exactly pointillism, but it's blotchulism. Write that down. That's a new artistic technique, is blotchulism. I'm just blotching my way to goodness. Ah, shit, I just hit it. Anyway, right now I'm just pulling these roots on down, and I've mixed up some red and some blue to kind of cause these colorful shadows behind these roots. I'm not using any black whatsoever. It's only color. We're almost there. So you can see I put in these kind of texture lines in the cap, and now I'm going to take this brush. I'm just going to dip it in paint thinner, and I'm going to blur them just a little bit. So I blended all this in, and now I'm taking blue and a little yellow. It's a yellow-green. And I'm taking this very tiny brush, and I'm making these deep wrinkles. I think it's done. I'm not positive it's done, but I think it's done. I said I was done before, but the cap needed a little work. It's better now. I added a little blue into the left back part of it, where it's got more light from the sky. A little brighter yellow facing the sun. So now it's done. I'm back to this tree of life. I just mixed up some yellow and blue to make some green, a very light green. I'm going to make this tree I'm using this fan brush with the kind of gaps in it. And we're not going to get too crazy with leaves. It's going to be like a spring kind of thing. Okay, so we have finished our dual effort on the Tree of Life. Here we have the leafy version. And here we have the more surreal version, like a tree mushroom hybrid or something, in which I invented blotchulism. You can see my blotchulism in effect. Actually, I didn't invent blotchulism, obviously, but the term maybe I coined the term blotchulism, and I'm pretty proud of that. It's something like pointillism, but blotchier. Okay, so we're gonna call this an episode. An episode sounds funny. It sounds like I had a seizure or something. But you know, these paintings are a bit like a seizure, I guess. I hope you enjoyed this this effort, and we'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.